this hard truth, this was a tough one that I'm still working on. We are still working on. Hey guys, it's Maggie and I am back today, and today I want to talk about some of the hard truths that I have learned very quickly being a brand new mom with a chronic illness. Living life with chronic illness is sort of like living life on the expert level. There are so many things you have to think of, I think like above and beyond maybe the average person. You have to think about your insurance and you have to plan your whole life around appointments and make sure you're taking care of things. Plus, you have to do all this when, you know, oftentimes you're really not feeling your best. To be really honest with you guys, I never pictured myself as a mom, okay? And I'm not talking about, oh, I never thought I'd get pregnant. Like, yes, that's true. But when I was a teenager and my understanding of my Crohn's disease really started to set in, I knew that I was getting surgeries. I knew that I wound up with an ostomy. I think that I sort of maybe protected myself a little bit, and I always kind of told people, I don't even want kids. I don't like kids. Ew, like that lifestyle, yuck. Because I had a GI doctor who told me that it probably was not likely when I was a child. So I think I just automatically sort of protected my brain and my heart from that. But obviously as life went on, I learned that, you know, all different types of people can be moms. I am a little over 2 months postpartum, which means that Nova is 2 months old. And in this very short time of being a mom, I am just scratching the surface here, okay? I'm barely a mom, it feels like. But I have learned that there are definitely some additional physical and mental needs that come along with being a mom that, you know, occasionally is sick. And so I thought I would share some of these things that I have realized over the last couple of months. Maybe some things that I sort of expected, maybe some things that didn't really realize. And the first thing that I have learned is that rest really doesn't always equal sleep. Yes, sleep is absolutely wonderful and you absolutely need it, especially postpartum. But rest in the motherhood realm is not always going to be sleep because it's not always possible. Because my Crohn's symptoms have upticked just a little bit here, you know, I'm dealing with some more fatigue and dealing with some stoma problems, but I realized that physical rest is not just laying down in your bed, not just taking a nap. It can be putting baby down and just letting your body not carry a baby around 24/7. I have learned that it can be putting the baby in a safe space for you to take care of things around the house, or just honestly zone out. Just sit on the couch and zone out for a minute. Because it is not just physically, but it's mentally exhausting to care for a baby, to have a baby screaming at you, sometimes inconsolable, not often. That can be a struggle, and sometimes just putting her down, like knowing that she's safe, is super helpful and super restful. This is where I want to talk about the sponsor of today's video, which honestly would have appeared in this video whether or not it was sponsored by them, but I want to talk about Momcozy because they have played really a big part in my postpartum period here. I have a number of items from them already. You know, they were on my registry. I purchased stuff myself. I was gifted things, but they are sponsoring this video, and I want to talk about 2 of their products that have really helped with the rest portion. So the first thing that I want to share is the Momcozy CocoSway swing. Oh my gosh, the day that this arrived, we were going to order this. We were going to order this either way. We were like going back and forth. Should we get the swing? We had one. Didn't really work out great. Nova was not in love with the swing that we had, but we were looking at this one for a few weeks, going back and forth. Should we get it? It has 6 modes of movement. We can use a remote with it. It looks so much more comfortable than the one we have. Anyways, the day that this arrived, our air conditioning had just broken. Nova was miserable, and we had to install window units in our house. And it arrived as we were trying to do this AC unit. I'm like bouncing Nova, she's screaming. Zach is trying to get the window unit in, needing my help. I'm like trying to put her down in the bassinet. She's not having it. The swing arrived and I immediately put it together. Our saving grace just arrived. Our air conditioning broke. Nova keeps screaming.
And our TV broke.
Our TV broke. I'm losing my voice.
And our car's going to the shop Thursday.
Yes. It's been chaos. And having Nova scream a lot has not been helpful. And so we have been every day checking for this. And I'm so excited. Desperate times call for desperate measures. I'm so excited to use this. And it saved us that night. I didn't get any footage that night of putting her in it, but it allowed us to install the AC unit, which made us, just everybody in the house, a whole lot happier. Its patented 3D tech mimics your movement, so that was something really important to us. Our previous swing only had one movement. She was not a fan of it. This one has 6 different modes, so we can kind of switch between them and switch the speeds. It's got 4 different speeds that you can choose from, and we play around with them to see what she's most interested in at the moment, but it mimics my movement when I sway her or Zach sways her. So that has been, she's just so much more comfortable in it. Plus the fabric, the cushioning of it is so much softer. The first time I put her in it, she basically melted into the swing. She looks so much more comfortable. Plus it has nice little safety belts, so that makes me feel a lot better about keeping her in there, especially when I need to do something. If I need to put her down and like fold some laundry or eat or something like that, and maybe I look down at my plate, I'm not keeping my eyes on her like every single second, I feel good about her having those safety belts. It reclines from 15 to 28 degrees, so I have it all the way back for her so she can like recline. Really nice. And it's got a little elephant toy, which it's really funny. She actually stares up and giggles at it now, which I can't believe she's already doing. It has a touch panel on the actual swing, so you can control it from there. But if you prefer, you can use a remote as well, which has been convenient, because typically what happens is I will get her out of the swing, bring her over to my chair to breastfeed, and forget to turn the swing off over there. The remote's right next to me. I can turn it off. And it also plays music as well, so you can control that in addition to controlling the speed and the different modes on it. So it's been such a difference from our other swing, and it allows me to get that rest. This swing has been so helpful, such a world of difference when it comes to putting Nova somewhere safe, so I can go do something or do nothing and just stare at the wall, because sometimes that's helpful too. That is rest to me as well. The other side of this rest that I want to talk about though is being a first-time mom, brand new mom. There's a little bit of anxiety that comes with taking care of your baby, and being able to put her down in a bassinet is so helpful, especially when she's napping. We've been working on that, and I think we're doing pretty good with it, but I still feel like I need to have my eyes on her at all times, or at least be in the same room as her. Sometimes I bring her up to this room to take a nap in her crib just because it's a little loud downstairs. We have the dogs and whatnot. Zach is loud. And I'm running up the stairs every 5 seconds. One day I actually put my phone on a tripod and then I screen shared it to our TV downstairs. And then I didn't have my phone. So, you know, that's what I was doing. I wanted to keep my eyes on her. But then Momcozy sent us their monitor, the Momcozy 5-inch dual mode baby monitor. We were also like so excited for this to arrive, because what really intrigued me about this baby monitor is that you don't necessarily need it on Wi-Fi. It has its own little screen that comes with it. That was really important to me. Don't get me wrong, I love connecting the baby monitor to my phone. That's been so helpful. That part is on Wi-Fi. But what I've learned is that as a new mom, you might not have everything set up, all of your equipment set up before baby arrives. And there have been a few times in the middle of the night where we realize, hey, this would be really useful for us. Let's get it set up right now at 3 a.m. and get it going. And a lot of stuff is kind of complicated. That was not the case with this camera. I literally plugged in the camera, I turned on the monitor, and it was working. It was fantastic. It was truly plug and play. And then later on, when I was, you know, maybe a little more awake, I was able to connect it to my phone, you know, pair that, which was super simple as well. That was like 2 seconds. But I connected it to my phone and we were good to go. And that has allowed me such peace of mind, because no matter where she's napping, obviously in a safe space, wherever I lay her down to nap, but wherever she's napping, I can watch her, you know, I can do the dishes, or I can get work done, and I have my little baby monitor, or I have my phone. You know, I'm not relying on my phone, but I have my phone and I can take a peek at her and make sure she's good. It also has alarms that you can set up for movement, for noise, for temperature even, which with our AC breaking, awesome. It's been so fantastic. I mean, you can even set up safe zones on it. So if she's outside of that, you get alerted. There's clear footage. You can see day and night. You can zoom in on the monitor. You can even move the camera with the arrows up, down, side to side. That's super cool.
Oh yeah, did I mention that you can also speak through the camera so baby can hear you?
You can review the footage later, and something really neat about this is you can actually share it with 20 family members, which I feel like is unheard of, but right away Zach downloaded the app and he was able to connect as well. So we can both view her at the same time if needed. The swing, the monitor have been so helpful in just allowing me some physical rest, but also mental rest. And you know what, Momcozy has been, I have a lot of their stuff. I'm wearing their nursing bra right now. I have their Dream Sync clock. Oh my gosh, that's a cool clock. Whether or not you have a baby, the rainbow, it's just cool. So highly recommend that. If you are somebody expecting a baby, or maybe you know somebody who's got a lot of Momcozy on their registry, now is the time to do a little shopping with them. You will not be disappointed in the quality of their products, how they hold up, and the variety as well. They've got you covered. They've got everything. So thank you so much to Momcozy for sponsoring this video. Thank you for giving me a little bit of peace of mind with Nova as well. So, all right, let's talk about some other things that I've learned being a new mom with an illness. The first thing is, and I know I've already talked about this on some of my videos talking about motherhood, is routines. Laugh out loud. I don't know, what can I say to that? Routines, like I have tried a few different schedules and stuff with her, and they work for a little bit, but then, you know, sometimes things go off the rails. Sometimes you have a pediatrician appointment and things get out of whack. Routines, not great. They're not going well, but what I've learned is a little bit better for me is patterns, like feeding, playing, sleep, or whatever, you know, whatever order you want to put that in. So at least we all know what to expect next, because I think with at least my dealings with Crohn's disease, having some expectation of what's to come is so helpful. It's so helpful for anxiety if you just like fear upcoming appointments or procedures or whatever. Just taking it, like thinking about the next step or two, that is really helpful. Sometimes looking so far out in advance is, oh my gosh, whoa, it's overwhelming. So the patterns have been really helpful. That's kind of what I keep in mind. So right now what we're doing is, I have to think about it. We are waking up from a nap, feeding immediately, playing until the next nap. And you know, sometimes we do keep to somewhat of a schedule. I'm trying to keep a timely schedule as best as I can. But like I said, it doesn't always work out. So the patterns have been really helpful, because at least I know, okay, we fed, we're gonna play for a bit until we get tired, and then we know we're gonna sleep. At least we hope. This next one, this hard truth, this was a tough one that I'm still working on. We are still working on communication. I have been with Zach for, I don't know, almost 13 years now, and we've been married for, it'll be 5 years this fall. We know each other pretty dang well, okay? But communication. It's so vital with a new baby, but also you realize, maybe I'm not as good at this as I thought I was. Yeah. I feel like, okay, this is like my difficult one to talk about, because you just learn where you are vulnerable in your relationship. And I have to admit to you guys that I'm one of those people where if I need help, it's really hard for me to accept, because somebody offers, you know, hey, I can help you. What can I help you with? I don't know. I don't even have the brain power to think about that. Like, what can you help with? And by the time that I think of what they can help with, and I can describe to them what they need to do, give them all the instructions, in my mind, I'm like, it would have been faster for me just to do it myself. And that's not great postpartum. It's not, because sometimes you can't do it yourself. You're holding a baby, and some tasks I've learned you really can't be holding a baby for. This has been so hard. Like, I have gotten really frustrated with Zach because he's offering the help, and I'm like, I wish I could, like, put the instructions in my brain for whatever it is that needs to be done on a hard drive and just insert it into your head, so you have the immediate instructions. I don't have to describe it, and you're just doing it. But that's the thing. He can't read my mind. If there's a way that I like to do things in particular, or that I have found work best, especially when it comes to Nova, he can't mind read it. Like, I have to learn to take the time and describe it to him. That could be really hard to do and really time consuming. So that's something, but I'm trying to very slowly, step by step, here's how I like to do this, or here's how I like to do things a certain way. And just, even if it's one task, describing it to him so he can help me and he can learn. This is going to sound really stupid. This is something like, for example, before bed, sometimes I'll ask him, could you get me some element, my electrolytes? And I have this bottle that I like to put it in, and it has a straw attached, but the straw is like a bendy straw. And so we have these hard plastic straws that I also like to use to mix up the element in the cup. So that way I'm not just like sipping element that's at the bottom of the bottle or the cup. And so the first time I asked him, could you get me some element, he came up with a glass, which I have nowhere to put in bed. Like, her bassinet's right beside me. I don't have a table or anything. There's no room for it. And a straw. And I was like, I can't, what am I going to do with, like, where am I going to put this? I like to sip on it overnight and it'll spill if I put it like in my little caddy on her bassinet. And so he came up again and he came up without the straw. He came up the first time with a straw in the glass. The second time he didn't. So I was like, wait, but I need the hard plastic straw because I need to mix the element. And so he went back down again and he came back with a plastic straw. So that's what I'm talking about. He can't read my mind. And I've been trying to be more specific about what I need to help me. It can be exhausting though. That's where the hard stuff comes in. Another thing that's really crossed my mind, especially since I've started to notice some symptoms, it's actually pretty common apparently with autoimmune stuff that you feel really good in pregnancy. I didn't realize how good I felt, because you get pregnant and you feel a little bit better, you're sick to start, but for me, after the 16 weeks of nausea, I felt a little bit better, and didn't really realize, because it was such a slow progression, that my ostomy was working great. It was nice and slow, and like eating was fantastic. Hydration was easy for me. And then all of a sudden you give birth and your body goes through this crazy shift and you're like, shoot, I don't feel that good. That's kind of where I'm at now. I don't want to make a big thing about it, because I'm so lucky with my health that it's not bad at all, but it's definitely a sudden shift of like, oh, this is what I was missing out on. Can we knock me up again quick? Not really. But that's what I'm feeling. And so certain health things are taking place where I'm like, man, I need to really think about the future. I know I just told you guys it's overwhelming to think so far out, especially with chronic illness and appointments and stuff. It's like at the same time, I still need to keep things in the back of my mind. I'm thinking about starting pelvic floor therapy again. I'm thinking about dentists and stuff. I'm really bad with my teeth. I'm so bad with my teeth. I can hear baby girl. I'm so bad with my teeth because I have such a fear of dentists, but I'm having sensitivity, I think, just because my body is pulling so much from myself to do breast milk, to make breast milk. And with that comes also getting oral surgery, because I do have wisdom teeth still that need to be removed. There's so many things, and I'm like, man, I need to start taking care of these things so I can be the best mom for her, but at the same time, I'm a mom. Now there is somebody that I can't just leave at home and go take care of myself. So I'm trying to think about scheduling and how things would work out if I need to get things taken care of, like oral surgery? Or if I want to start pelvic floor therapy again, how soon can we start? Well, Zach is still on paternity leave, and is there any way when he's back at work but still working from home, maybe if I can go early enough in the morning before his job starts? Yeah, that's where I'm at with that. And when I was talking about my hydration stuff, where I feel like I'm getting a little bit more dehydrated than I was previously, somebody said, you just got to go back on your IV fluids. There's getting IV fluids for myself, where I went, which was the cheapest, was to go an hour away. It's an hour infusion. I don't feel great afterwards. I feel super fatigued because it's a lot of fluid fast. It just kind of, it felt like a little too much too fast, sort of. And then an hour drive home. That's 3+ hours being away from baby girl on a weekday. Has to happen on a weekday. There's so many levels of, okay, babysitter, do I drop her off somewhere? If I drop her off, I don't have many options. I would have to drop her off an hour away from where I am currently, probably with my brother. It's just all these technical things, all these scheduling things that I have to think of. And I'm not complaining about it at all. You know, obviously I signed up for it, but it does cross my mind, especially since I guess I didn't really expect, I don't know why I wouldn't, but I didn't expect to have a lot of, like, I don't even want to say a lot of, but some pelvic floor issues. I didn't expect my teeth to, like, suddenly become so sensitive. I'm having some skin trouble around my ostomy, so now I'm like, please, please, please don't make me go see a WOCN in person. That would be, oh, they're in Philly and that's an hour drive. So anyways, just things that I didn't fully expect in motherhood and having a chronic illness. Now, I don't want this video to be totally like, ugh, motherhood and chronic illness. There are some difficulties, but there are so many positives. I keep saying to people when they ask, how is it? How is being a mom? I'm like, it's so much better than I ever could have expected. I kind of told you earlier how my whole life, ooh, I don't want kids, gross. I love it. One of the things that is so cool is feeling so accomplished. Like, every little milestone that she hits, I'm like, that's partially because of me. Like, I'm doing the things, whether it be feeding her or putting her down to rest or playing with her so she develops, like, that's me helping her to grow. And Zach, of course. But it makes me feel really, really accomplished. And that feels extra special because I know that I've got some additional challenges, of being a mother, just not always feeling my best. So it feels really cool when she's hitting her milestones and growing, and just, that's really cool. The other thing is, I'm so used to in life being excited for the next thing. And around this time in the summer, I start to think about, oh, the fall, like, it's gonna be great, it's gonna be cooler out, Halloween, Thanksgiving, like, oh, it's gonna be fantastic, I'm so excited, I wish it was now. And I am finding that being a mom, like, I'm obviously so excited for Halloween with her and all the holidays, and oh, so fun, but I'm also realizing she's gonna be bigger then. She's gonna be more grown, and I'm not gonna have these moments when she's so little anymore. And so it's so weird to not be immediately like, hey, I want it to be the next holiday, or I want it to be the next season. Now it's, I hope that the summer goes slower, like, slow down. Because I can't believe it's already been 2 months. Oh my gosh. And she's grown, I think, 4 inches. That's crazy. Like, we have this little bassinet for her to sleep in downstairs, and she's like almost not able to fit in it anymore. And she had so much room the first time you put her in. So just wanting time to slow is such a change from just constantly wanting the next, what you believe is best thing. So those are a couple of really cool things that I'm loving about motherhood. But obviously there's going to be challenges, whether you have a chronic illness or not. These are just some of the things that I observed that definitely are impacting my illness, or my illness is impacting them. If you are a mom or a parent with chronic illness, let me know some of the things that you have thought about, that you've recognized with your illness. Like, how did it impact your ability to parent? I'm just curious, especially as your kids get older, because we're only 2 months in here. I don't know what I'm talking about, right? This is definitely not an advice video. This is me just talking about my feelings. Anyways, thank you so much to Momcozy for sponsoring. I've actually been looking. What did I just get? Oh, I got sheets. Yesterday, I needed to get a mattress for a pack and play because, like I said, she's about to not fit in her little bassinet downstairs, and I needed sheets for it, so I got the Momcozy ones. So we'll see. I can't wait to see them when they arrive. But yeah, check them out for Prime and get some good stuff, especially if you're looking for somebody's registry or you're looking for yourself or your baby. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you are looking for a way to help support my channel, consider liking this video or even subscribing. You can also check out my store at LetsTalkIBD.shop. I have stickers and hoodies like these guys over here, just related to chronic illness and inflammatory bowel disease, something fun. And I also have a coupon code for my YouTube watchers. You could also become a member of my channel, like the wonderful people scrolling on screen here. They've become a member and they have access to videos a little bit earlier. It's a great way to support my channel, and really, just watching my videos means the world. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next.